Football on 216, your ultimate guide to the youth football development game. Welcome back, development lover. We do it once again, same time, same place, Tuesday. There's no better place to be. And for this episode, we're really focusing on the Gauteng Development Promotional League. What I like so much about the Gauteng Development League is that it's really a simulation of what it's like to play in a pro league. You've got a Premier League, and then you've got a second division league. And oftentimes that second division league is so much more competitive than the first division is. We dive more into that as we unpack how it's been for teams playing in the Gauteng Development Promotional League, how their experiences has been. And Cosca, once again, you know him with the numbers. He'll break it down and tell us who and what and how. Let's get right into the thick of things then. I'm with the same starting 11, the panel of development league experts. Orapeleng. My
co-panelist. My co-panelist.
A-time. So the league is really coming to its critical juncture this past weekend. We hosted a set of catch-up games. Truly, it was match round 33, but for Rosina Sedibane Wodiba Sports School, they needed to do all the work up against Joburg City, one of the relegation-prone teams are Rosina Sedibane. And it starts off to a good note. There's a bit of a feeling, Lebza, as if they'll make it after the first under-17 game.
Ha re buela ba katisi wena mjekisa re simolla ba buile gore ba tlhoka dintlha tsotlhe ba tlhoka le go leka ba e batla ba batla draw ba batla fela dintlha ba simolotse sentle ka thuno go na le ka wane mo lentsa la ke ba re ke kabelo macheke that placement boy a ilalela ai left lane tse rutegile ka jalo ne ra ka ntse gore nya ba ile Rosina entsa la ke fela maemo a tsamaya ka mo gone re tsolofetse ka teng ha re itse gore gone anong ha re kwala Rosina ba dula or ba tsamaya.
Joburg City play well though, right? They, for me, create more of the better chances. They just don't score, man.
Yeah, no, Joburg City ki team is strong. Okay, seleka bua ka yona gore bo Joburg City bo Sevens Academy. Ki team tse leng gore di tsamaya mmogo. O ka se di tlhaetse matlo. Ke team ga ke di tshwantshanya le ko Premiership. O ka bona di team di tshwana le bo SuperSport. Ke di team tse leng gore di phela di le mo gare.
Stellis.
Yeah, bo Stellis. Stellis ya compete mara Joburg City. Ba tlogetse motshameko hanga go rarialo wena Thando.
Was it motivations for you? Yeah.
Into ngifuna ukuyibuza ke phela if iRosina yenza kahle meaning school of siyahamba.
No. So we actually have an update. We spoke to Mpomolo yesterday, the Rosina head coach, and he says, I think his school says grand manje, numbers-wise. So the people that are threatened, you've got Rosina, you've got Vich Juniors manje. So that's where the fight really lies.
Yeah, for ke Rosina or Rivets.
Or Rivets.
Because Northwest is already gone.
So
And you know what they say then at Rosina? So we speak to coach and he says, no, we need to win everything and hope that if it's shy wale, so yo no.
chances are if it angazi man khona into engahambanga grand kubo uzokhumbula ukuthi kade benza ama trials but bengahambi grand but mawucheka lapha iRosina bengafuni ihambe yakhumbula ku GDL Cup yayintswempu kanjani mawukhuluma ngoTumelo Macheke intswempu leyantwana leyana khona ugoalkeeper wabo
Untanganetso he kicked brilliantly yesterday.
And leyantwana leyana yakhumbula masenzi cup besijathi yahamba because kune team ebeyifuna
Ndoda uLebs uthe uyayisayina uLebs uthe
Bana ke bula agent bana ke mosayena
are yotana kontsala ke FC
bayisho leyo nto bazokudm labafana bethu sala agent
no mara ke ena gana mana bona bo ontanganetswa ntsala ke batla go mosayena ko ntsala ke FC ne ra ka ntse gore wa tsama ka go pla se se bua nnete ne ra ka ntse gore wa tsama ontanganetswa la o fela ne re le go Rosina ka gonne o sevile 3 penalties tsa tsela teng ra nagana gore no gona le kwa yante fela you know na mollo wa tima fela ontanganetswa ke batla go mosayena go ntsala ke FC ntsala
nah he's proper but I think he played in the 19 game yesterday. Yeah, we'll get to that shortly. So we did also have another catch-up game then between Mamelodi Sundowns and Randburg Association Football Club. We spoke about it, I think it was episode 23 now, where we were out at Clapham High, and those games weren't able to be completed because of weather. It played Rapeleng, Sundowns do the job anyway.
I give one about my 80th minutes. I'm a ruativa hapegera. Street like repeat.
I'm going to question who's a nanga na izulu. Because wow, mabedlala. Akusiyo kuphela yase naturals okumbula ukuthi njalo yase Clapham nase naturals okwenza the same thing. So mawucheck lapha Mamelodi Sundowns now sike seza ukuthi iRandburg bese ifuna ukubanikeza lawo ma points la withi no akusiza uvela ukudlala thina nathi ngeswini thatha 3 points but then umuzwa wathi hayi no amele badlale mawucheck Mamelodi Sundowns nayo phela ungakhohlwa ukuthi isagijimisa ukuthi win but ngisasho namanje Highlands Park
ne ka se nne possible ya go fana ka di-points Highlands Park if Mamelodi Sundowns no tlo feta Highlands Park ka di-points Highlands Park ba na le chance ya gore le bona ba tsenye complain gore why di-points di filwe ke molao o feng o reng team tshwanetse e fiwe di-points Randburg went they played and then again they lost it first half they could have killed Sundowns
That's what I was about to say because Rapeleng what happens Randburg score first and then there's a indirect free kick there's a free kick what exactly happens there
before it's an indirect free kick, sudden penalty, just a minute after Randburg about City, yana penalty. The indirectly direct free kick, kitlo coach ko yone. Ntone gipoza yone ma ke gore are the development players ba aware ka di referee signals na because Randburg after they scored the goal, ba ile ko referee ba ile ipela it. Then I ask myself, do they know how referee signal at this, what is the referee saying?
But Rapeleng, I hear that, right? I hear the referee signals and that's important. But for me, we're watching that game, Leipzig and Wave. I don't see the referee say indirect. And I also haven't seen an indirect free kick so far out of the box. You know how indirects usually work. So you're inside the box. That ball was outside. He scored that free kick clean. Kwenzakaleni.
Ke nagana gore referee ntse la ke ha le tshweletse go fitlhela ragi ba kgwele. Yo tshweletse ga no sa etsa go shupa gore ke indirect ha fetsa le diga. Tshwantse le tshweletsana go fitlhela ba raga. Ha ba etsa go raga ke gona le diga and then o itshweleditse fela are indirect mara a fetsa a le ba fatsile tso go laga. Go ra gore ba ile bana confused gore okay no e ke direct kana ra etsa same time. Ka jalo tshwantse ba dirile yana up until ba e raga kgwele go bontsha gore ke indirect ka mantswe a mang ha ba tshwanela go ya ka tlhamalalo tshwantse go nne le mongwe e amang pele e tsena la ya direct ntse like tshwantse goalkeeper e tshware pele e touch besege o kana ba e tloga yanong ga gona goalkeeper e touchitseng ile straight ka jalo I think mo tsere gangilene tshwantse ba opportunity go fitlhella ba raga tshwantse o nne yana ntse like up until ba raga ga ba fetsa go raga go le go gone o reng yanong yene o itse indirect a fetsa tlogela
So kono goalkeeper, I mean, uref, ucishe wa shy wa go engine because of that same.
Lento bengifuna ukisho man, I mean, senza GDL Development League, mawunompempe, mawuqeda ukwenza isign, iya kwintwana uyichazela ukuthi lento engishoyo because mawuzoyenza ama sign lawa, intwana ayazi mele uthini. So yenza lento lena and then uye kwintwana uyichazele because labantu labo kokuqala desinabantu basesezintwana abayiholeli lento le abayenzayo badlala ngothando akufani nomuntu ohola uthi kumele ngifunde wonke ama-sign uthi ref mayethe wenzani mawuqeda ukuthi hamba uchazele intwana ngathi kumele sivule i-ref development league kahle yeah akoza
No problem ora
ke ntlha important gape nna go ya ka nna ke gore re botse di development coaches gore do you guys maybe link nako before training or something just le ba bolelle ka melao ya kgwele dina gore ga re free a re so a reng ga go le yana go nna yana ke tshwanetse ba tshwanetse ba ithute these boys ba nna professional very quick nako ya bona go development it's very short ba nna professional very quick so ke dilo tse e leng gore tshwanetse e re ga ba tsena ko pele e ba ditse bakatisi I challenge you kopa mokatisi a le mongwe a nkarabe gore ana di a iriwa dilo tseo
Do they get taught now?
yeah
But so that's how it ended. Mamelodi Sundowns pick up 3 vital points once again in their title pursuit in the under-19 division. We carried on then, sticking with the under-19s, and Rosina still high under pressure, play up against Joburg City. And this time it doesn't go as the way the calculations need to go.
Ke tlo bua ga re calculator ba bona gore ba ntse re calculate ba ntse ba borutela ditlhako ba kopanya ntse like a swambe kahle ntse like Joburg City e tsene ra itse ke mba ke batla go ba bontsha ke thuba mokete e gopole gore bone ha ba lwane relegation ha bana pressure e itse Rosina ke bona lo tshwantse ba fenya ka jalo Joburg City ntse like e bana ba ntse ko morago ba ene le tena sentle gona le ka bone mo le ntse like jezina ba 19 ke agile mokwena
Yo,
proper CDM
what a goal.
CDM ntse like ra moitse CDM ke motho le wa defender ko morago akere mo gare ga mpalebala ke motho raga re itse ka bo Estrom Nyandoro mona ka bo Andile Jali ka bo Opa Manyesa gore CDM ya raga a mfanola gona le goal engwe e shapileng fala thando re yone o maka no sa itse
Goal of the week.
tsala ke shapadi e mona e le
One time
rumo
volley.
ay so ntsala ke go bontshitse gore Rosina a go tsamaya sentle ga re itse gore ga go fela go tlo go diragalang ka gore ne re lela ka School of Excellence ga re batlo go bona any team e tsamaya ma reality ke gore two tshwantse tsamaya
yeah mara mawuchecke kakhulukazi namanamba I think bekune episode lapho uCosca kade ekhuluma khona ama under 19 eRosina awekho awekho strong mawucheck la and ubhekene nama-under 19 kabani uzithuthumela ucoach ama-under 19 eJoburg City uyakhumbula sisesebenza academy ukuthi laphana ayidlala kamnandi kanjani so bekulindelekile ezinye izinto mani ngaphandle ukuthi sisuke sisho mani ezinye izinto ubheka amanamba ubheka igame bekulindelekile ukuthi ngeke benze grand.
Before we get any further, we caught up with Coach Tato himself after that success. You have his thoughts after the 2-0.
Hi, I'm Coach Tato Musala, under 19 head coach for Joburg City. Today we are playing Rosina Sidibani. The game went well. Tactically, we knew what we wanted to do. We want to overload the central space, allow them to play wide because we knew that in the center they were very, very good. They have good ball players. So we tried to overload the central space so that they could play wide. But again, wide they have good wingers. So we tried to stop them from playing wide so that as soon as they were in possession of the ball in the central space, we tried to press them so that they can't get those wide channels. So we tried to force them back or play long balls, which they were not good in those movements. So in terms of how the goals came, their left back he was a little bit questionable. So we tried to get Sipobu Chelezi, who's very good technically. 1v1, he murdered him, got across for us. Then we scored from the second ball, which we spoke about the second ball. And the second one, it was a beautiful teamwork. So overall, the boys did well. And for the season again, I'd say I found the team not so good, but we tried to stabilize the team, get players from under 15, 17 to come and help in under 19. So it's a good build-up again for next season again. Next week, it's Vets who are also struggling. So we're going back there, we're trying to get 3 points and also at least to be in a better position overall to get top 8. And for us as under 19 to be at least 14, then I would say I'll be happy because of I found the team on 18th position, which was last on the log. So I think the boys did well.
So that's Coscarinho's colleague. He says he worked with Cosca back when they were at Wits. Good colleagues. He gets the results there. He says he makes the performance improve. That's what Coach Tato says.
Cosca na le go vetse kanti yo go relegation. A re tsena go Coach Tato. No tlogela coach le tlontisa le tsala ke bana. A re tsena go Coach Tato ya go ra gore go na le sengwe se leng gore wa sira se se botlhokwa gonne ga ba kreile ba le mo 18th position a ba kgone ba pusha to 14th. But there's something that he did. Numbers don't lie, like we always say. The palo le position ga nke di bua maka. Go na le sengwe se se botoka sa se dirileng. Le the way ba tshamekang ka teng wa bona gore ba nna le a certain identity le gore ba batla go tshameka go ya ka yone.
So that's nice for Joburg City to pick up the 2 points there. They'll be in action once again this coming week against the Vich Juniors. So Coach Tato goes up against his former employers. For Rosina, is it done?
Ntsala ke chaile ka ba madimabe e chaile for Rosina re tsoro le gale ya gore ha ba tswile go GDL go fedile ka bone ba sapana ba ka Samuel ska ona ba itse Rosina ke ke sekolo ga se sekolo sa dikgola dinao fela go na le bo netball go ntse bo tennis di teng ka jalo ke a tshepa ka dimela gore a nne jalo yone a lesson for bone gore ba dirile jang mme ga se rutu vetso ne tsamaile yang bana se ke ra garela re ikwala a se ke ra ikwala pele mare maemo na eme sequence nyana mo letlhakore la Rosina ka gonne ba tshwantse ba gape and then vet e latlhegele ga re tsore vet e tshamekile yang ka jalo almost
Fiso.
Yeah.
abahamba yo sala sincenga but young I understand man because most of the time ma check school of excellence bekhona into yase boardroom ebeyenzakala kuba inkinga most of the time team mayizo izigcina ihamba mhlawumbe ayinamali uyakhumbula ikakhi support kwesinye isikhathi ayidlali nana ma isikole esinjenge Rosina imali inyani ikhona ukuthi at least ningadlala yini inkinga.
So what they say is that no, it's difficult when there's a school. They say sometimes the kids have to go to class and then there's extra lessons and then you can't get them back for training. So there's that, I don't know, that's the explanation that they gave to me. And Lebu, you were there when he told us that. So I don't know, Ora, are you convinced with that? Uguti, having a school can sometimes be a disadvantage.
No, the Sundowns slepen banale school, but they do perform. School of Excellence, ke skolo. They do perform.
And ni sports school, so I understand.
So namang understand, not naming buzili zolabo, but what does
Yeah.
Cosca say? You'll never really know with those boardroom conversations,
Yeah.
right? But I really like the goal that the kid scored. What's his name again? Kiachile Mokoena. Guys, before we go to the ad break, Kiachile Mokoena lives are caught up with him. Jeez, he scored a brilliant goal. I think Rodri winning the Ballon d'Or has done something for our CDMs. Now they're shooting out the box and they can see. Here's Kiachile before we go to the ad break.
Mamnandu mnandi maiguwe iguwe giyo football on 216 nsalake the rainbow. Mfana ka mfethu goal ela mfethu. Akunchayela ka yena ununa ganeng wa shaparedi.
Same time just comes second thought same time.
Ke tlile thanda re o ka se re khalo no tseba o tlo e kora dadi. Ke lucky da idea hore ke
Ke modimo. Ke modimo barara di team, di practice di things na. Ndima dumesi ka matsatsi a so.
So ntwana ka mono bloma fa o tswa ka.
A dula go tlorko.
Tlorkop.
Yeah.
Outside Tembisa hi.
Yeah.
So fitlile jwa mo Joburg City.
Chomi aka goalkeeper ngithipile gore a gona le team e ke dlalela ya ko GDL ka re ka zokala ke tlo tryla a re a zokala for sure ba tlo tsuba ke a tryla then after a month past the assessment coach banqanyile then ke ge
Ay do atlile no. So no about ipona dlala ka ntwana in future.
In future PSL is the main aim but whatever God takes me.
Any particular team?
I'm near Sundowns, so
yeah.
Mamelodi Sundowns.
Orata Sundowns, ne?
Yeah.
Antanaka kiene kwa Achille Mokoena football on 216 Mamnando mnandi maiguwe iguwe.
Satati Sepo, Waragasha. Satati Sepo, Waragasha.
Welcome back to the show, guys. Football on 216. You tuned into Coach's Corner. This particular episode of the show, we dive in deeper into the Gauteng Development Promotional League. Think of it as your Sky Bid Championship, your La Liga B, your Motsepe Foundation. It's the second division of the Gauteng Development League, and so we break it down. Numbers-wise, take out your calculators. It's time for a good time. Good evening to my panelists, Ora. We've done it in segment 1 already. Coach, how was your game this weekend? How was your game this
So you're not greeting Ora again?
No.
No, the game went okay, but we are not going to speak about it because that's the Big Boys League. That one, it needs men of steel.
No, it's not Super Sport Schools, that one. That one is Super Sport, that one.
Yeah, that one is not make sure. Eh?
No. But what are we doing this evening, Coscarinho?
Yeah, we will be talking about the Gauteng Development Promotional League, my man. And firstly, we are going to speak about the win rate, the performance index of the under-17s and 19s, and then we're going to compare 13s and 15s, and then we're going to also compare 17s and 19s, because remember, immediately once we get into this this time of the year, 13s are eligible to play in the 15s. Well, the progression has to start now. So we need to compare them, and then we're going to have our winners and losers.
Okay.
And I'll give you a pass.
No, suga.
Lekker. So, guys, as you can see on the graphics, under 17s, the Prestige is actually leading the pack there. And unfortunately, man, they are on the overall log, they are sitting just third. So they maybe with the games that are coming, they might have an opportunity, but they're sitting on 282. And then you have ROCKEVS who are 289. So it's almost confirmed. Now, Prestige is leading the pack on that side, and then Platinum Stars is coming second, and then ELSPARK is coming third. Now, what is happening, Tando, is I want to put a focus more on their win rate. So when I'm saying they are leading the pack, I'm talking about win rate. Their win rate is much better than any other team, right? So in terms of their performance index, they are also sitting quite nicely because they are also leading the pack on that one. Because remember, immediately once you have a performance index of over 80% and a win rate of over 85%, you are almost guaranteed 3 points on every game that you play. And I don't know how you feel about it, Ora, because we once touched on this one and we spoke about Mamelodi Sundowns, and you said with the win rate of 90%, it's 3 points every game.
Yeah.
You get it? So, yeah, I don't know how you feel about this one, but it's close. It's close, 80%, 90%, 10% difference. But it also tells you that the GDPL is also coming along nicely. Unless if
It's very competitive go GDPL. Ga go bonolo gore o tsamaya ka bona setlhopha go tsamaile Prestige go tsamaile Kagiso Porto mo ngwageng o fetileng. Kagiso Porto ga ba diragatsa bontle tota. Prestige yes ne rena le expectation ya gore maybe ba ka boa because they were doing very well go GDPL Prestige, but it's very competitive le go teng.
Yeah, no, the league is quite a competitive one, Tando. And but unfortunately, man, there's a team named Young Boys FC. I think they didn't honor their games, so they are nullified in the league.
Oh, I thought you were speaking of the Switzerland Young Boys. You know
Oh
that
no! That one, that one is a good team. That one, yeah. So yeah, man, let's move on. I'm touching on under 19 now. The same, but now it's not going to be performance index. It's going to be their win rate. So their win rate is also quite interesting. And once I've been checking their numbers also. So you'll find that Florida Albion Super. Yeah, it's Florida Albion. So they are sitting at 72% win rate. And their performance index is at 80% also.
So they're winning that division.
They're winning that division, yeah. So they have quite interesting numbers, Tandoman. Their goal difference is sitting at plus 48. So they're scoring 93 goals. So it's quite interesting to know that because they've been winning the games convincingly in a way, because they have high scoring games, and that helped them, and it actually propelled them to first, because it's 48 goal difference, and then the second one, which is also Prestige, they're coming second with 36 goal difference.
Florida Albion le Prestige ga ba dlala, not make sure mara e ke derby, because ba ngare ba berekisa le lebala le yeah.
Is it the Florida Stadium?
Florida Stadium, yeah.
Hey, but when I was still at Resa, we came out and then considered a penalty. La Payana, Sfiso's favorite boy, got a red card. But I'll tell you about him later on. Let's move on.
Yeah. But man, I'm confused. Have we invited the wrong teams to the show? Because you haven't mentioned ROCKEVS, you haven't mentioned ELSPARK.
No, they're coming, Tando.
Oh, they're doing well, good younger divisions. Okay,
yes,
cook it.
So, yeah, winners and losers. I'm going to touch, before we get to the lower divisions, I'm going to touch on winners and losers. So, why am I touching on winners and losers, Tando? Is because I want us to have a look at their divisions, like ELSPARK. ELSPARK has 91 points on their under 13 division.
Number
and then
one.
They are leading the pack.
Okay.
Yeah. And then under 15s, ROCKEVS, they are also leading the pack there with 80 points. And then Prestige number one with under 17s. And then Florida is leading under 19s, as we've discussed. So the reason for me is these numbers are quite interesting, because in the GDL, you'll find that our teams, in terms of winners and losers, when Atando Mchiako, we know that Sundowns is in contention of the under 19s. And then also Highlands Park is also fighting it. But we know that we've concluded 13 and 15.
17.
13, 15, and 17.
Yeah.
I also wanted to give it to Reza, but you guys blocked me. Yeah. So ELSPARK under 13, they are 91 points. With ROCKEVS at 80 points. Now, this is interesting to me because their divisions, in terms of points contribution-wise, Tando, I'm going to break it down to you now. Under 13s, ELSPARK have contributed 91 points. And then their under 15s have contributed 80 points. Under 17s have contributed 66 points. And then under 19s have contributed 58 points.
That for me is a problem.
Under 13s performing
because you know what happens when you get to GDL, then your 19s are like Rosina, and then you can't stay up.
ne ke batla botsa le ntho nngwe gape o ntse o le mo kganya under 13.
Yeah.
O lebelle gore under 13 there's a gap. ELSPARK le ROCKEVS ba na le under 14 e leng gore ke sure gore next season re tlo ba le a fully fledged under 14 league. Because it told me mo bogareng this year the teams they didn't have time to prepare. That gap under 14 from under 13 to 15 ke yone e leng gore ke problem. That's why I want to introduce the under 14. Mo makawane ba under 13 ba rentse ba win. A ke makawana ba ile gore ba ready to go compete go under 15, or ke makawana ba ile gore ba tlo sokola ka that gap. O gopole ga o tsana go under 15 o tshameka le di players tse ile gore ba feleletsa ba ya go under 17. O tla o le 13 o santse o na le 2-3 seasons for under 15 o tlo struggle-anyana for.
Okay, I like the way you guys jumped on it because I didn't give you the platform to jump. You wanted it more. And you were curious as to why am I starting with 19s and then coming with 17s. Now, what's interesting also is that look at the trend. ROCKEVS, they have 81 points contribution under 13s, and then 80 points contributions under 15s, and then 62 and 66, 17 and 19 respectively. So what is the common denominator? Under 13s are performing quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have touched on a good point to say that we are getting under 14s next year, fully fledged league. Now, my question is, why not under 16s also? Because the transition is almost the same.
Alright, go na le ditlhopha tse dingwe nka go bolelela ditlhopha tse ke di itseng tse e leng gore ke gaufi le tsone.
Yeah.
Ba na le league ya ba na le under 14, ba na le under 16, ba na le under 18 tse di tshamekang go di local LFAs tsa bone. So tsa GDL di nna so by that what they do ke gore ba phela ntse ba na le a pool of players gore ga o tswa mo 17 o sa kgone ya straight to 19, they put you go the under 18 team, you still play and then you can go 19. So tse dingwe I don't know if they have similar structure now.
But not many have that
Yeah,
even
not-
number system because, we work with odd numbers, 13, 15, 17, 19. But Cosca, it's interesting. You speak of that gap, right, between 15 and 17 because it's there. Just even practically, time-wise, 15 you play 70 minutes. 17 you play 90-minute game. So even that jump is big. So I wonder, via that under 16 conversation that you're having, but cook it, man. Carry on cooking it, yeah.
Yeah, Tando, I like the fact that you also mentioned time because the minutes matter for the player's development. You need to accumulate hours. You need to accumulate as much hours as you can. And the more hours a player gets, the better their development because they get exposed to a high intensive game. And also their minutes accumulate in a sense that you get minimum 10,000 hours for a player to actually develop and graduate to another level. So in terms of time-wise, I would suggest, or maybe let me not suggest anything to SAFA because I know it's not written anywhere in their website that they have a strict curriculum when it comes to minutes. It's still a gray area in that regard. Yeah, but let's move on, gentlemen. I'm going to be comparing under 13s and under 15s now, Orapelling. Now, my comparison comes with the same conversation we are having now to say that we are bridging the gap of 13s and 15s by introducing the under 14 league, right? So now it's quite evident that there is a big gap. And as you can see now on the screen, I have a standard deviation between under 13s and under 15s. And why have I picked these divisions to actually compare them is because the point difference is quite significant. For a player that is playing in the under 13s, can they be able to sort of like hold up or manage their minutes in terms of getting the intensity to like competing in the same level as an under 15 player, right? So you'll see that with the under 15s, for example, ROCKEVS, they have 80 points, and then they are under 13s, ROCKEVS, they have 81 points. So it's quite close, right? It's quite close. But number one and number 2 point difference is 11, which is ELSPARK is 91, and then ROCKEVS is sitting at 80. Now, another talking point is Prestige. Let's mention them again. Prestige is sitting at 74 points, and then in the under 15 division, and they are sitting on third. And then under 13, they are sitting on 70 points. So it's quite close. Team to team, there's not much of a difference. But position to position, there's a huge gap. I don't know if you can relate because number one of under 13s and number one of under 15s, there's 11-point difference. And then number 3 of under 15s and number 3 of under 13s, there's a big gap. But Team A and Team A, different divisions, there's a small gap. Why is that? Why is that? Because the players, they are used to the system. You are playing for the same team and you are used to collecting 3 points every week. You know it. So as soon as you have a player jumping from 13 to, it's seamless for them to actually adapt. Why the under 14? I'm still asking that question because it seems as if like we are going on a descending.
Maybe from that under 15 and under 15 under 15 they can play him go 17. The under 17 playing them go under 19. So I think the gap as well, the strong higher player to say, can I manage this minutes? The difference from under 13 to 15 is only 5 minutes. Because Bale Badala 30, Bale Badala 35.
Yes.
From there 15 Badala
by 20 minutes after lap,
yeah, and then 1 hour from there, how strong the player is. So it means from 13, 14, 15, the development by developer from 15 going upwards. That's why they are fully fledged players now, but strong enough to handle whatever pressure comes. That's the only thing again. Why that 14?
Football is an opinion game. It's a subjective topic each and every week. And I like the fact that when I was rappelling, you are touching more on the minutes. Guys, minutes are important.
Yeah, minutes
are very, very important. But teams have to take cognizance of how they load their players. Because you'll find that the loads are not systematic throughout the whole structure. In a sense that an under 13 boy can compete in the under 13s and play the whole game, and then come in the under 15s and maybe play half a game. That's not a train smash. But you'll find a boy playing under 13, under 15, and under 17 some of the minutes. And now the boy will crash. And now that will lead to a boy declining in performance because they're no longer playing it for fun. They are no longer playing it because they love the game, but they're playing because now the coach is seeing the ability that the boy... Some of us, we are throwing these boys into the deep end so that they cannot be able to reach their potential. And there are so many case studies that have been done. In Europe, I know there is a boy that was playing for one academy in Argentina. That boy did not realize their potential and because of the minutes. They didn't manage their minutes. Now, under 19s.
No, coach, time's up, man. Time's flown by, man. 15 minutes is up. I'm going to need you to close.
Yeah, so I'm wrapping it up now, Tando. And as I have mentioned, you'll see on the graphics also, there's a big gap between the under 17s and the under 19s, points-wise. But team-wise, it's the same thing. It's the same thing every time. You'll see, for example, ELSPARK, it's sitting at 66 points. Under 17s and then 58 on under 19s. So there's a huge difference between the points. So that's why I think maybe there is a league that's being introduced in terms of bridging that gap.
Bridging the gap.
Yeah.
No, Nandi, coach, where are the numbers?
The numbers are in the Visionary Football Solutions, my man. Find the Visionary Football Solutions on your screens now and visit us. If you are more interested in performance matrix, we do tactical analysis, team performance, individual performance, and also group performance. We also enhance academies, clubs, and teams if they want to enhance their training regime and to actually intentionally train their players, because nowadays we no longer train players to get them to develop, but we train players because we have some sort of training session from Pep Guardiola that I've picked up somewhere. But now, Visionary Football Solutions will give you the insight on how to train your players and how to train them intentionally for their development.
That's Coach's Corner on Football on 216. Coscarinho always brings it down. Well, we will have to see as to what the representatives from the clubs have to say. Up next on the show, we've got the coaches of ROCKEFVS and ELSPARK United giving us their insights, their highs and lows of their season. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back after this. Welcome to it, Football on 216. Now we dive really deep into the second division of the Gauteng Development League, the Gauteng Development Promotion League. We're joined with guests from ELSPARK and ROCKEFVS. We have Zakele Maseko of ELSPARK as well as Thokozani Mguni of ROCKEFVS. They're coaches involved. They're going to tell us everything about the promotional league. For the first time, we have coaches from the second division on the show. Sfiso, mfana uyabona ngokuphathele zasekasi mfana ngithi Mamelodi.
Amathima asekasi ayanda kusho nebhola lasekasi lele ngilithandayo mina liyakhuphuka bafethu ni grand.
Simnandi.
Mhlawumbe before sicala bafethu ngicela ngawe usho nje ukuthi ubani like background yakho coaching wise.
Qale nini ukucoach?
Yeah. Mina uThozani Mnguni. From Mamelodi. Ngicala ukucoacha after my playing days. I was once a professional soccer player, started with Mamelodi Sundowns 90s and then end up with Black Leopards. So after then, that's when I decided, no, let me go, be a coach for my player to upcoming boys.
You mentioned big teams, you mentioned Sundowns, you mentioned Leopards. Kwenzakaleni?
No, it happened with a car accident. So 2006, I had to retire, and write her off. But in starting my Mamelodi Sundowns since childhood, from the age of 8 years, Champions League until the professional ranks in Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah.
Most of former player from Mamelodi. That was the only development at that time. Mamelodi Sundowns, putting a caterer everybody. So that's how I started.
Zakhele wena ngathi ngomnandi yabona umbona ngeblonde ukuthi umnandi wena Zakhele akho mnandi kambe
Sure. Igama uZakhele wakwaMaseko. Thank you for having us. Sizos express nathi. Ucoacha ukudlala ithi ngicale ngokudlala. Ukudlala ngidlalile but amateur then coaching ngayiqala 2006. Ngidlala ngicoacha ngaze ngabona ukuthi hayi akusasiza ukuthi vele ngichubeke ngecoaching. Then uqala ucoacha ku GDL I started at Katoras High Park Academy. I think 3 years.
Sure.
From there I left, then I came to ELSPARK United 2020. Yeah, throughout COVID. Yes.
Okay, no, makes sense. So let's speak about what's gone right, man, this season for ROCKEFVS. One of the teams that Nizo promotiwa, it's looking good. Nenzeni grand man this season.
You know, Puti, sebenze cool. We just came to GDPL this season.
First time
GDPL. Yeah, but we about my figures. No, we work very hard. Very hard. Experience it too. And through the chairman support, I pushile. Nalintwana said they responded. They responded very well, these boys. We started very well, first round. We didn't know what's coming, but we prepared very well. With this figure up as corner match.
Yeah. Fortunately, bafethu GDL stream A nhlale noyibona TV. So ibhola lakhona niyalazi. So comparing stream A ngoba niswene sibuka no stream B ungathi yini umehluko lapho kwi disk lakhona? Ungasho ukuthi mhlambe GDL stream A ithe kuba phezulu or stream B ithe kuba phezulu?
Mina stream B yafiwa bafethu. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Stream B is very hard. Ku stream A asiyanga kuyobala amanamba lapha. Ayafiwa lapha ku stream B. Sehlathini ifana you remember Imvela League.
Yeah, Imvela League.
Yeah.
Wena Thokozani ucabanga uthini it different lapha especially because uyayibukela ku 216 ikhona ku SuperSport school app yini umehluko mawubheka between stream A no stream B njalo wena lokho ELSPARK?
For mina umehluko kakhulu.
Yeah.
Awukho kangako. Ngasho ukuthi ibhola liyafana.
Yeah.
Just ukuthi kuya ngendlela o prepare ngayo team o prepare ngayo ama team. Yabona consistency ama players. Yes.
Nina Zakhele, what's gone right ke ELSPARK? I mean, you had our resident coach ama 13 wenu yabo agrand. Kwenzakaleni?
No, I think before besingena I clubhouse. So we started nge clubhouse this year. I think ukuba nama player amaningi ahlala e clubhouse
yiko ekuncede kakhulu i-ELSPARK because of remember ukuthi mawona amaplayer ahlala local kuba ukuthi uhlangabezana ney'nkinga whereby kumele babe nemali yokuza ejimini sininini banayo sininini ababenayo so i-consistency yama-players ukuthi eze ejimini yabo so since sine-club house incede kakhulu because mabakhona eduzane noma kunini ufuna ukuya ejimini ku-training then uyakhona ukuthi madoda sini asivukeni aseni sihambeni siyojima so I think into encede kakhulu i-ELSPARK ukuthi ibe la ikhona today i-club house.
Kusho ukuthi nina nabona nihamba grand. You guys don't have the other challenges that academies have. I mean, I see you wearing Puma, you have a clubhouse. Let's speak about that then. Some of the challenges that you guys have. Ukudlala kuStrimpi. Asiqale ngawe Thokozani. Lezi azinama-challenges bona ugcoke nePuma. Ugcoke umuntu. Ugcoke ikapa. Amachita ndoda. Hayi, abo-Katoras basenkingeni.
Basenkingeni kabi.
Basenkingeni. Thokozani, yini ama-challenge ke ngoba ngathi nina ku-grand man kwenzakalani?
Ya ngathi ukuthi siqale ku-grand.
Yeah.
Ya yonke into ihamba kahle. But as you know, yazi inkinga zipheli. That is why you started very well. I can simply say wonke ama-division besiwe number 1 until siba nenkinga nyana. Ushemen wethu at least wazama ukuthi sidalenge. It's very tough. It's very tough ngaphandle kwesponsor ku GDPL. You need sponsor into ezifana namabhasi nani traveling into is encountered this year. Remember and bear in mind thina sibuya ku LFA IFAB League Football Association of Pretoria. Yonke into it was just here nala. So now we have to cater for amalona ethu amaliga ethu. We have to still ukuthi ama-players adlala IFAB nangapha GDPL. It's very costly.
Ekusazokhubukela nota nisazoyevale basazoye President Park. Zakhele.
For thina I think uchairman wethu uspane kakhulu. Uspane kakhulu ukuthi asupporte ne-team. Uyenza by all means ukuthi zonke izinto zihambe kahle. I'm not saying ama-challenges awabi khona. Ama-challenges ayaba khona mara wenza by all means ukuthi i-club ihlale grand. Ihlale right.
Yeah. Into engifuna uyibuza lana manje kunabantu abaskema intwana bethi izodlala ku-GDL izowenzani especially nina basenivele TV so bazovula ama-account bevule ELSPARK bevule laphana ROCKEFVS. Nenza ama-trials wenu nenza kanjani niyabiza through ama-assessment intwana or futhi makuthi niyawenza ama-trials niwenza nini so that izazi intwana ethi makuthiwa kunama-trials ngoJanuary zathi hayi no labantu labo benza ngoDecember trials niwenza nini ama-trials?
Thina ku-ROCKEFVS ngizokutshela iqiniso.
Yeah.
Thina senza ama-trial ayazizela.
Nenza ama-trial?
Wonke umuntu ufuna udlalela thina. Umuntu ufuna udlalela thina. Bayazela. Thina ama-trials but this season zoyenza njengoba nishilo asiyangi ukuyohlola lapha. Siyela ukuyohlala ku-Streamay. Siyela ukuyohlala lapha ku-Streamay. Akunamehluko omkhulu difference. A and B
awukho ngakhona.
So manje ke intwana ifuna ukudlala eRockets ke
yenza njani?
Sibuze kanjalo ke.
Into eformal ebonakala ukuthi hayi no ngisuke njena ngiyotrayela because kunentwana engeke isuke mhlawumbe intwana eningi isuka ko Northwest KZN. So usuku
no leyo bagayi chairman stress ayilali yangweni udlamini bonke bafuna ukuza kithi sicela ukuthi saccommodate isikolo ini I mean it's football my friend uzazibonela iplan uzazibona iplan
nina nenza nina ama-trials nenza njani?
No, before senza ama-trial siyahlala sidiscuss then bese sibeka ilanga ukuthi ngelanga eliso sizocala eGauteng which is vele last located khona eJimmiston ELSPARK and then masiceda ke keep ama-date and poster then bese ke siyaqala siya-communicator nama-coaches wase-Free State to say sicela nisibukheleni stadium that side then sizoyenza ama-trial yiphi date mhlawumbe nina eningasibekela yona esingeza ngayo sizoyenza ama-trials same as nasempumalanga actually izinto esizenzayo just to communicate nama-coaches.
Okay, bese guys aningitsheleni ke let's go to 2025, right? Let's start thinking about the GDL ithini planning yamanje for 2025? Because angeke kube easy. I mean, you mentioned there's things like transport, medics, buses. I mean, there's so many things, right?
Yeah.
Zakhele, ithini plan next year, mfethu?
Iplani ithi ngicale nje la emaplayeni because i-mandate njengoba uPratike asho ukuhlala ku stream A is to maintain ungazo relegate uye ku stream B. Yes, in terms of players is to keep i-consistency, is to keep lama player esidlale ngawo ku stream B because already sebajwayele bona i-GDL done ukulanda abanye abantu abasha. We understand abangeke baze badlale sharp, but for mina ukhipha nje ama players consistent. Then as for lezo zimentionile zama medic, I think lezo ezaka chairman angeke ngene kakhulu lezo lezo I think ezika chairman umuntu abazoba busy ngazo then ne management. Yeah.
Pratike?
Yeah, ngam kumqeqesha akhuluma naye. Tina siredi puti.
Yeah.
Tina siredi. Just have kuti must be a lentwana. By January, yonke into izabe structured like anyesi twenza material next year inini manje. Antsho abanye babakhipha. Siyathatha siyadobha lapha kubo. Bakhona abanye bahlala nathi. Angimenshina igama le team. Bakhona abanye lapha iyabheda.
Kazoba mnandi kule GDL.
Tina sithi woza.
Kazoba mnandi. Khuluma ngama player mfethu injani feel around ama player ukuthi asiya ku stream A. Siyazi kudala elandela abantu ba ku stream A. Bafila kanjani? Mawubabona nje intwana sibona ukuthi ku stream A.
No, these boys, they are very excited.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Yeah, even now, Tina, we lost a player amaning this season. Look, Baba Snatcher, the Ntsala, the Blackberry, Kaiser Chiefs, busy ngati, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll always get, and they'll always come. They'll always come. Because of it, you will play quality football. Come watch our play.
Come
watch.
So sibona mara nge-GDL Cup ne?
Yeah.
GDL Cup.
Come and watch.
Nine times, yeah.
Come and watch. Tina, tum, jenaba fwa.
Ubafunda litumtum, ELSPARK.
President.
Litumtum.
Abekom nani. Abekom nani.
Pratike.
Azali helicopter. Tina silqale move.
Okay, I like that. What type of football does ELSPARK play? What can we look forward to? Is it what he says? Who put forward and hope for the best, or?
Badlala njalo.
Yeah. And usese lapho ngifuna ukubuza ne because ELSPARK siyazi most of the time hlala intwana zamakhaladi, intwana zabelungunyana, so yikho sifuna ukubuza nalo bhola lelo. Is it ibhola sekasikasi or mhlambe ibhola leli esilaziyo maybe your run back Sevens Academy? Yeah.
No, actually it depends ukuthi sidlala nabo bani. Because angeke sidlale ibhola elifanayo neteam esidlala nayo. So kuya depend ukuthi labantu esidlala nabo badlala ibhola elinjani. Yeah, understand. So yeah, njengoba uPratike asho ukuthi bona balathi na vele masilwina silithatha silithi. And second ball mabaphenduka sekuyigol and sescorile. Yeah, but kuya depend ukuthi labantu esidlala nabo badlala kanjani. So yeah, injalo.
A quick bafethu manje GDL Cup yeza nizophuma kuphi? Semi-final, finals noma nizophuma la mayisayiqala?
Tina siya all the way.
All the way.
All the way.
Final.
Tina,
Yeah.
all the way.
ELSPARK, no expectations, or you're not throwing your head on the chopping block?
No, remember umuntu odlala i-tournament udlalela ukuyiwina i-tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, so njengoba uPratike asho ukuthi all the way. Remember ukuthi masicala shilo ukuthi asiyi ku stream A just for kuyo add number. So sizocala sibabonise manje ukuthi asitholanga ipromotion ngemistake.
Yeah.
Yes, so sizosebenza kanzima.
Okay, makhot man, isikhathi sethu man sisivaya ngespeed la. On a real note, man, njoba sisivala ne, our show gets watched by kids, man, ngoba right? So the kids need to know, how do they join the teams, right? I mean, uphendulile mara ngiphendulayo ukuthi intwana ijoine kanjani yabo ngathi yavalelwana yeah. So into engifuna understand ukuthi kids watching this, he wants to know how to join the clubs. Can you just tell me that quickly and then sival? How does a kid get in touch with ELSPARK?
No, kunama contact numbers. Yeah, ku Facebook, social media, chairman ubekile ama-email, everything. So my parents baya phone, then abantwana beze then siba access.
ELSPARK United.
ELSPARK United.
ROCKEFVS Ntolava.
No, as umqeqeshi akhuluma lapha, it's like us. Website or you phone Football Association of Pretoria or our chairman, Mr. Dlamini. Then that's how you get contact with us. Bangafoneli mina. I want to sleep.
Ingathi number ka Mr. Dlamini la lento nasikhuluma phone. So happy people ingathi isikhathi sivayile mara.
Ngimnandi kusazoba mnandi ku-GDL. Kusazoba mnandi
Guys, I'm excited. The Gauteng Development League is going to be good with guys like this, with characters like that, with teams that come with that fire, right? That's what you want. Teams that come, make big statements, and hopefully live up to them. Let's call the rest back of the gang, Rapeleng and Leipzig and Wave. Let's see what they think. Do they think ROCKEFVS and ELSPARK are going to stay up? I don't know. Stay tuned to the show.
Sacha Tsefo, Waragasha. Sacha Tsefo, Waragasha.
Welcome back to the show, guys. Football on 216. Hope you've had a good time. We really delved in and deep on the Gauteng Development Promotional League. It's something we've been wanting to do. The viewers have asked for it continuously. So by popular demand, we've given the people what they want. And I have to thank the personnel from ROCKEFVS as well as ELSPARK United for giving us their insight. But guys, how did you find that discussion?
E mona ke na le molaetso mo nosi fela to ROCKEFVS le ELSPARK ntsa like. Le sa tla mo GDL le tlo go eda di number ba fethu.
Yeah.
A ko le re feng
Come and
motshameko
compete.
tlo le tshamekeng go nneng monate ka gone ra itse gore na bua Coscarinho ka ROCKEFVS gore ba kotsi ba gagola ka ntsa like o buile mala ba re ba le ba blind. So a ba tla ROCKEFVS ntsa like ba tlo go gapa sfi ba sa tla ba south eda di number nna ke itumetse gore go tsena tlhopha tse dingwe gape ne. As much as ke le botlhoko gore tse ding di a tsama fela there's always go na le nako le for sengwe le sengwe ntsa like ka jalo a re ba ne tšhono batle.
Lebza, speak to NW direct. Don't go through the corner.
But if I'm satisfied, Gemanje,
Yeah.
more teams from the east then, if you think of ELSPARK United, they add now to the east. I think manje team was the east 5, 6.
5, 6, somewhere up. But for into yokuqala nibazwile akade bekhuluma abo coach lapha. Kunomehluko kwi-GDPL. As much as i-GDPL nayo ikhona siyasho ukuthi no inswempu ikhona vele. But kunomehluko ma-GDPL no-GDL. Babonile noma bekhuluma bajabulile. Buka nje fethu bengakangeni nokungena ku-GDL but sebese TV yabona. So ngendlela bakhuluma ngayo nama challenges e-GDPL bayasho but then bayazi bazo experience more ama challenges. La nizodlala nabo Chiefs, bazodlala no Sundowns. So expectile ukuthi sibone ukuthi bazowenza kanjani bona. Bengabi njenge NW ukuthi befika bezobingelela bevaye.
For ELSPARK Rapeleng, it's not their first time, it's not their first rodeo in the Gauteng Development League. They were here 2021. 4 years later, 2025, they'll be back.
Yo. What's that?
No, man.
It's either you in or not. I get to her Monday to our king. Monday to how team at least push to be on the top 8 at least. We gauge our go top 8. Go top 8. We gauge our lead team and then happen to make get the exposure for the boys. Now, you know, I'm for the development, I'm for the talent. No, these boys batlo na le chance ya gore ba boniwe ko appeng ba boniwe ko TV. Then other teams ba gona go ntsha di player ra tla utlwa player a setse le go stopeng se segolo etswa ko ELSPARK or ya Belgium ke ntho e ratang
okugcina bafethu khona sayesakhuluma lana sanga understand kahle so ngihlahlamule fast makumele ungene ku stream B kumele win regional yangakini eDavidson kune league abayibiza ngeGold 1 regional so ngisengenzela nje abantu ukuthi bazi ukuthi mawungena ku stream B kwenzakalani so kumele uwine i-regional yakho and then angazi kunani ama playoffs uzongena ku stream B just bengifuna uyihlahlamule
Oh, so regional
regional
But then that's what I like the point that Rapeleng makes then via new talent. There's a kid from ROCKEFVS already that signed for Kaizer Chiefs. I think his name is Blackberry. Kono Blackberry. Kono munyu Black endota the switcher the choose mixed berry endota.
Blackberry o teng go thembisa o re tla mitsa
mixed berry. Kono mixed berry man. Kono mixed berry o suge ROCKEFVS o se Chiefs. So akhona ama-player machita.
banna la itse gore ko kasi fiso phela bua re ko kasi ba fetu talent e teng I'm not saying go sa bapong ha di yuri talent di teng yes mara ko kasi ba fetu le skala sala tournament ya ko kasi mjix ga go ga wa nnyana nje o vela nje o sheba talent le ko kasi
Ni so vibrate le ball ani nan vibrate.
Hey, confidence, Antoine, I guess.
Okay, guys, let's just quickly build up to the last weekend of the Gauteng Development League. One more weekend of the league, of course, the gap in games and having to catch up games has meant that we have to play one more extra week of the league. All the divisions have been decided, but under 19. Guys, who wins that? Because if we're going to start speaking about Cheese, Selekedi, those guys are done.
Yeah, but
Who's winning under 19? Who's taking
Highlands
the
Park.
championship home?
Highlands Park.
So says Highlands.
go na la Highlands go na le Mamelodi Sundowns go na le Chiefs
I put Millie Cheese in that.
e tswile ne ya
I
ke Highlands
put
ke Sundowns ene Sundowns tshameka le Sevens Academy plus Chiefs
Lebza, ke ma winang league ya under 19.
e bona go bonolo
You want to take it then? Take it, Rapideng. Kimango winang league under 19.
Sundowns.
Sundowns.
Yeah.
Sundowns.
Last week with
Highlands.
Highlands Park wasungijikela man.
I mean, I'm minang vuma now. Swisum going hamba na. Lebza quickly invest straighting out.
surprise Muriri
Surprise Murray.
Yeah.
He's gonna surprise Fiso.
Yeah.
The silent assassin. So Lebza says the silent assassin is going to surprise Muriri is going to surprise the silent assassin. We've got to see Swisum Guni chasing his back-to-back GDL titles under 19. In fact, you know what's nice, guys? We go back to 2022 quickly.
Yeah.
Same weekend, same type of thing. That weekend, you know what happened? Sundowns Highland, they play. Sundowns have 2 games to play in 2022. A game on Saturday and Sunday. What happens? They drop points, they draw something on Saturday. Highland scores many goals. Highland end up winning on Sunday. So it's coming down to that type of fight once again. So that's what you want to see, right? That's what you want to
like
see.
ke se re se batlang se re batla go bona no ena re itse gore ke magapile a re itse
Down to the wire.
ra go tsena go Sunday re sa itse gore ke magapile nka jola a e monate
Yeah.
a go nne yalo bana
Intswempu, i-helicopter izobe ithi ngeke lo. Iphethe le cup.
Iphethe le cup, no.
Makora ngaphi ihambela ngapha ngase-Highland. Makora ngaphi ihambela ngapha.
No, that's been it then. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into Football on 216. It's always a good time. Fiso wants a helicopter. He wants that Skep and Ketule vibe. We'll have to see. Let's see if we can get the kid a helicopter. But we thank our guests from the Gauteng Promotional Development League, ELSPARK United and ROCKEFVS for coming through and letting us there inside. Tice, the chairman of ROCKEFVS, particularly helpful. A guy by the name of Zakele really helping me from ELSPARK. And then Bongani and Togozani too from the respective clubs coming through and giving us their insight, their coaching backgrounds and coaching at a promotional team. All the best, guys. We wish you all well coming through to the league. And please come through and compete. Cosca's broken it down. He's given us the numbers, calculators out. Always a good time with him. But that's that then. I think it's been a good episode. Nice, sweet, and to the point. To the panelists, guys, one more weekend, and then we start with the Youth Cup then. So not done just yet with the year. But until the next one then, we'll be right here once again. Same place, same time. Catch the show next week, Tuesday. And until such a time, it's a Khobe Ore Pa! Woo! Shwentegile, Wote!
Sacha Tsefo, Waragasa.